Ladies and gentlemen, throughout eons and eons of times, stories you read, TV shows, mentorships. Mentorships is a very funny word. You see, when it comes to mentorships in the old Japanese comics or TV shows you might have watched during the day, the funny thing about a mentorship is it's almost a lifetime and kills. Somebody comes in and kills the actual sensei, and then the student tries to avenge him. You killed my father, teacher, are usually the two famous ones, and then he goes out on a rampage. Even in the medieval times, a squire who was being taught to become a knight would be trained as a boy throughout teenage teenage years and adulthood. However, in this day and age, us gurus, our time is way too valuable for little people like you. We don't have the time. You want my time? You want me to spend some days with you? Maybe I'll spend a week with you, 2 weeks, a month. No? No, just a week? All right. I'll bombard you with information. I'll show you myself trading, and we could both pretend like that's going to get you to the next level of where you have to go. When in actuality, when in actuality, mentorships are supposed to last a long time. See, we here at Newsbeat Live understand that the people who need mentorships the most, a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times are the people who can't afford it. The people with the small accounts, the people who don't have a lot of extra capital to pay for a premium product. As a result, the mentorship never ends here in the Newsbeat Live Room. We continue to mentor our traders to this day, and often I produce a video every single day of the week, sometimes two. By constantly being on top of people and constantly reinforcing positive habits, we're able to have a true change on the community. The problem is, nobody is going to be as dedicated more than they need to be if they want, to live a normal life. It's very easy for the guru to say, well, I woke up early this morning. I woke up, my 6 o'clock in the morning and I work till 4, and there's no reason for me to do a video. Maybe I'll sparse them out. Maybe I'll do one over the weekend while my boyfriend films me, while my girlfriend does my nails. Bringing traders to the next level is done through hard work. And if a trader is entrusting somebody else to get them to that next level, vomiting out dozens of names at them, hoping that they'll find a string of winners, and sometimes they do, is not the way for long-term success. We understand that in the Newsbeat Live Room, hence we do the Ask Mark. I invite you today to be part of that. A lot of the problems that you'll notice individual traders have are actually a lot of the problems that you have. You would be shocked how many people said, I never even knew that was a problem I had until I heard somebody else talk about it and I was going through the same thing myself. So join us on a journey here. Join us through our Ask Mark and enjoy the show. We don't delete negative emails in terms of, I don't want to use the word negative, we don't delete emails of people losing money. You'll never see somebody like me highlighting somebody losing money. It's considered bad for business. People like you watching, you'd be more impressed if I just showed you my P&L and if I showed you positive statements or positive P&Ls like the countless fake gurus on the internet who only could show you what's between their legs or take somebody who did really well and show you what's in between their legs. But this is not a pornography film. This is real life. You're here to make money. You're here to grow. You're here to realize and understand why you're stuck where you are or how you want to continue doing and producing for what you're producing. Come with me on this journey. We're going to show you a lot more. I am Mark Melnick. This is the Newsbeat Show. By watching this video, please pause this video right now, read this in its entirety, and then hit play. All right. Thank you very much. All right, let's see what we're having here today. And by the way, these emails are completely unvetted. Unless somebody's like, don't read it in the title, I'm pretty much reading it. What you could do is, what I do is I copy and paste it right from my Gmail. I just highlight, copy it, and then I just paste it. And the title of this email is Thank You in Advance for Everything. I was having a great day, lots of winning trades. Then in Tesla at 3:48, is that 3:48 p.m.? I got caught holding the bag on Tesla out 1 to 21. See, I don't even know what that is. I think he meant January 21 strikes. I'm making it up. I have 30, which I definitely did not want to overnight, but had to. I'm a great trader, consistently making good money with issues like this all the time where I have significant losses. Thank you. You see, one of the interesting things, so you're a consistent trader, you're doing well, and you got caught holding Tesla at, you claimed at 348 today. And just going back at Tesla, here is the chart of Tesla, and right over here is 345 to 350. And then obviously I could see there was about, from the high to low, a 10-point drop. Then it's bouncing a little after hours. You're a consistent trader and you're holding 30 calls, 30 of the 865 calls, which is an F big position. Just to put things in context, this is obviously a big trader because 865 calls for a week out in, 865 calls for a week out in Tesla is effing huge. And he wants to know why this happens. You want to know what happens? Usually, there's a point in your brain where you literally starts to deteriorate. Did you know that when you're speaking with somebody and you're educating somebody, literally they can't absorb information well past around most people 35 to 40 minutes. Once you go past 40 minutes, their level of retention from what you're teaching starts not sloping down like this, but like this, like really like a sharp slope down, which is also funny when you take a mentorship and it lasts more than 45 minutes a day and they're trying to cram everything in. You were scammed. But besides for that point, um, that's why a lot of people when they watch my videos, that go on for like an hour, 50 minutes, they usually watch it in halves. But the point I'm making is a lot of traders' mental capacity is literally being, derailed throughout the entire day. So as this stock comes up here and as you want to continue trading, your attention curve, your learning curve, your resiliency, you know what it's like? You ever see boxers? How many people have ever watched boxing before? And you see like the first round, like they're punching, like this, they're punching, they're moving, they're punching. Come round 12 and they're like this. And they're barely hitting each other because they're so spent. That's what you look like as a trader. That's what you look like at 3 o'clock. A lot of people, after the first hour, they're just, whoosh, that's it. Hence why the easiest money is actually made in the morning. And if you can't trade the morning, it's okay because you're coming in sharp at any time you start trading, considering like, if you just walked into the market at 2 o'clock. That's why when people walk away from the market and they come back later, they take a long stretch of time, they recharge themselves. So what's happening is you're literally suffering from a place where you're not getting that recharge because you're probably sitting your butt by the desk the entire day. And that's actually causing a psychological issue with you, in my humble opinion, because you are saying, I'm a great trader consistently making good money with issues like this all the time. My thoughts are, my thoughts are this. Um, what if you had another account? And I can't legally tell you what to do, but I'm just saying, I want you to ask yourself this question. What if you had another account with $10,000, which if you're holding 30 of the 865 calls, I'm assuming is something that is very, very doable. What if you really just had an account like that, and after a certain amount of time, you just logged off and logged in that account, and then you can't take more than $10,000 worth of positions? I want you to at least ask yourself that question. I'm not saying that is your solution, but it's an interesting point to sort of attack what I think you're going through. Let's move on to the next email. Hi, Mark. Short question for you today. Most people probably have this issue too. Can you tell me how to get around it? I'm able to trade paper without any issues, zero psychological barriers. But I get all locked up trading my cash live account, afraid of losing money based on prior performance from losing money in prior performance. How to overcome this? Thank you. My thoughts are one step at a time. One step at a time. What does that mean? You mean like I go to I go to a flight of steps and I do one step at a time? Like what do you mean by that, Mark? I don't want to be vague. You're making money in paper. Have you ever tried one contract? Have you ever tried one share? I'm not even sure if you can do one share. If you're underneath, pattern day trading rules, it could be like it could really trip up your buying power by doing one share and just literally doing one contract. Build your confidence up from the ground up. Choose a strategy. What you're doing in your paper account is critical towards your success because most people they'll take their paper trading account and they'll be like with their your inevitable 10 thumbs, you'll be like, I don't care what I do because it's not, all right, let's see what happens if I take all my buying power in this position right now. Come on, how many of you guys have done that before in a paper trading account? Come on. Oh, I'm the only one. Oh, really? I'm the only one? Of course, all it, right? How about you take it seriously for a week? And you're like, Mark, I am taking it seriously. Bullshit. You're taking it seriously. Huh? Wait, Mark? You're using the name of an animal and the fecal matter that comes out of them as one word. Yes, BS. I'll prove it to you. Wait. Oh, what? You think I'm wrong? Oh, really? You're really doing it properly? Okay. What percent is your hit rate on the strategies you're doing? What is the strategies you're doing? And how much are you up or down on all those strategies you're doing individually? You're not doing it right. Why is this important? Is this important for the traders who make money every day here? Not really. Not as important as it is for you, who's trying to build confidence. How the F are you going to build confidence if you're doing a myriad of strategies on a platform without recording what you're doing? What are you good at? Nothing? Yes, you are. You are good at something. Every single person listening to this right now is the best at doing something compared to everyone else around them in the room. Everyone does something better. One of the things that I do real well, I can make large noises with my tongue. That's why I'm a big hit with the ladies. But besides for that point, you need to record every single thing that you do. Every single thing that you do needs to be recorded. You want to know the psychology of me throwing in a joke? It's to take you up to the intense moments, knock you down to the funny moments, take you back to intense, because that's going to create the more neurological connections in your brain. Me making silly jokes on my tongue is actually very vital for you absorbing what I'm about to say. So please, next time, for example, because I know who you are, hold yourself accountable, record every single win and loss that you are doing on your paper account. Period. Until you do, then you will never have the confidence to go live. Did I make my point? Let's move on. That's just my opinion. You could do what you want. I can't legally tell you to do that. And on a side note, the Melnick is a married man, ladies. Sorry. Newsbeat, bro. All right. I know that was going to be the follow-up questions, but let me save you the time right now. Hi, Mark. Second day here, and I'm learning a ton. I'm using your 9 chart layout on TC and it's great. Thank you. How do you get to use that 4 chart layout of a single name that you always use? Is there a shareable layout for that as well? The answer is yes. I subscribe to 2 platforms. I subscribe to free stock charts. What you're seeing right here is the 4th thing you're referring to. That is free stock charts. So I pay for free stock charts and I pay for TC2000 so to make your life better for visual reference when I actually broadcast. But your simple answer is yes, you could even use this layout on TC2000. File, share layout. Hmm. Tools, share layout? No. So I probably have to go into my TC2000 here and then actually pull out the layout because it's identical. Let's see if I could find my layout for you. Let's see. Melnick Master Layout Part 2. Here it is. File, share layout, copy, and I'm going to. How many people in the room want this layout right now as well on their system? Then here you go. Everyone in the room. I feel like Oprah Winfrey. Chart setups for you, and chart setups for you, and chart setups for you. Here you go. Chart setups for you. All right. Beautiful. Problem addressed. Next email. And I will delete your email. Not personal. I delete every email. Okay. Let's go on to the next. Hmm. Mark, thanks for all your interest in helping the newbies like me. After going through your tutorial videos, I have a couple of questions. The incremental success rate of 2 consecutive digestive candles is plus 18%. He's referring to the digestive candle video right now that is free for you guys in the open house and you Newsbeat Live members located inside the portal. The incremental success rate of 2 consecutive digestive candles is plus 18%, is also applicable to daily charts. I found it only applicable to digestive candles on the 1 and 5 minute. I haven't done the data on 15-minute, hourly, daily, weekly, etc. So I don't know. I ask this because in the video we always talk about the 1 and 5 minute charts. Exactly. It's only for 1 and 5 minutes. So there goes that. On a chart reset, ting, the breakout candle represents the number one candlestick for the following trading strategy, or the bar after that should be considered as the number one. I'm confused. There might be silly questions or confusing ones, but I just want to be 100% sure on how I interpret it. So you're saying on a chart reset, oh, I see what you're saying. So when you do a chart reset, pretty much, like for example, if you just see a bunch of bars and you just see something like, like this or well, whatever, like this, and then there's some red bars over here in between, and and then all of a sudden the volume here is just like this, and like this, and like this, and like this, and then all of a sudden, boom, and you get a volume bar that looks like this, and you're like, all right, this bar is the chart reset over. You see, by the way, why I answer emails through the show as opposed to like writing an email to you? Because I would just reply to you like, how do I explain this to you? When I give you the visuals while explaining, it does more value for you, sir. And I know you're not asking that question. I'm just explaining to everyone. All right, so this, I mean, this is not a digestive candle. So if something like this would be the first candle. This would be candle. Oh God, that font is small. And I know some of you are like, that's what she said. And I look at you like, that's what she said. Did she really say a font was small? Like, got a weird girlfriend, bro. All right. Anyway, so yes, this would be the first candle. This would be the first breakout candle. And then anything that happens after it, for example, let's say you wanted to do a Mark 1. Just as a generalization, I'm not going to draw on the moving averages. Then you get something like this and then like this. These two would be the first digestive candles. So those two would be, let's just call them DC. What a riot, right? Oh, it's too early. So those two would be the first digestive candles. And then, potentially you could look for the next breakout. So you're asking, is that a 1 minute breakout? Huh? I mean, it doesn't matter if this chart says 1 or 5 minute here or any other time frame, really. I focus on the 1 or 5, but doesn't matter time frame. For my strategies, it matters because I focus on the 1 and 5 minute a lot. Time frame doesn't matter. Okay. So those are your digestive candles. I hope that helped. I hope that answered your question. These are not silly questions. These are important questions for your success. And being a newbie is okay as long as you don't, you know, suck at video games. That's where I can't take it anymore. Anyway, let's move on. Hi, Mark. All right. Hi, Mark. I'm not going to read what I can see in chat now. Blinders. Force fields. All right. Come on. It's funny. Guys are crazy. Hi, Mark. Tough crowd. You know what? Tough crowd, Eddie, right? Tough crowd sometimes. Hi, Mark. I just wanted to write in to thank you for my first 6 days of trading in your service. I'm still making bonehead mistakes in sizing, taking quick losses, uncertainty with news plays. Good. How the F are you going to acclimate in 6 days? That's okay. For anyone that isn't sure what to do, I would say paper trade until you figure out what you are good at. Ta-da! So you have the confidence needed to execute. Ta-da! And make sure you record everything you're doing so you know exactly what you're good at. Ooh, he said that. That's what he said. Keep track of all your trades and why you are losing. Ta-da! Did the volume digest? What time of day is it? What strategy is it? Is your idea showing relative strength, etc.? Lean on the room because you are not going to find a better place to trade and to learn. Everyone goes above and beyond. Maybe after the open house, I can send you my trade log for you to look at to see where I might be able to improve. Yes, you may. A lot of people do that. Thank you for all that you do to make everyone in this room successful. Beautiful email, well written. Of course, you're welcome to share with me your trade logs and everything. You sent me a picture. Um, okay. All right. So this is your first 6 days in the room. Um, you're up 14 G's, my friend. Look at your losing days though. $74, $708. That's pretty effing good, man, for somebody new trying a new service. But you know what? You know what's important here? What he did? You know what's important here? What he did? He literally listed the times of days where he's trading. And you know what he did? He proved, well, 6 days is not a lot of data. It's not a lot. That's what she said. You guys. Anyway, he shows his P&L 9:30 to 10:30. He shows his P&L 3 to 4, so he already knows that the first and last hour of trading is his best. And he's in a new service. He's trying something new here. He's 6 days in and he's up $14,643.36. You, sir, are an animal. You, sir, are an animal. Okay. And yeah, okay. Let's move on. Keep up the great work. I appreciate your advice. All right, next one. Mark, thank you for everything. Taking it seriously. And by the way, if you guys write me an email where you're struggling, I just naturally delete it and I only read the good emails because I'm a scumbag like every other guru in the industry, and I want to blind you and pretend that no, that's not what he said. Mark, thank you for everything. Taking it seriously is humbling myself enough to listen to you. When you said I needed to do everything to a T and not think I knew better. I've been trading for 20 years, mostly unsuccessfully. Day trading for a couple of years with some success, but still lost money. I had to completely realize I needed to throw away all pre existing knowledge of what I thought was the right way to do it. This is such an important line here because so many people are, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tweet this out because this is a one liner right here. I'm just going to title it Newsbeat Live Member. This is beautiful. He's saying that he had to throw away all pre existing knowledge of what I thought was the right way to do it. Because most people They are so blinded by their scammy princesses' hot legs or P&L that they just literally stop and they're blinded by someone else's money. And they're like, that person, I'm just gonna follow whatever they tell me. Humbling part was actually learning the way you taught without varying at different times of day when an old setup happened the way I used to do it, and stop and wait for the setups with your strategies or calling in the room. The most important part was going with Schwab Street Smart Edge, which is literally a game changer. Striping, oh God, I know, I'm talking about women, I'm talking about dirty things. He actually meant stripping, which for VIP access, you get to see more of that. Stripping down all previous knowledge of holding losers or doubling down and stopping those bad behaviors is key. I have been very consistent in making money for 3 months now, have almost made back all the money I lost the previous year, and on the way to be one of those millionaires that you spoke about the other night you wanted to help make. My goal is I want 500 of you to become new millionaires this year. That is my goal. Am I promising you that? Am I giving you the odds on that? Am I guaranteeing you that? Of course not, because I have this that pretty much just says anything I say should be construed as comedy and hilarity. But I would like to, my goal is, I have two goals this year, my trading. Well, I guess it wouldn't technically be my trading, but it would be related to my trading. I want to make 500 new people millionaires, and I want to donate $1 million or more to charity. That is my, those are my goals for 2021. All right. So, brother, oh, hold on. I gave you a peace sign when I meant to give you West Side. I do want to help you do whatever it is to become that millionaire, and I will try my best in, you know, learning new behaviors such as giving more and eating better has helped tremendously. Thank you for your awesomeness and being such a great example of being a giver. Thank you for your beautiful email. That one-liner you gave was absolutely gorgeous. All right, hold on. We guys, stop talking in the room. Show respect for the booth mail. Hello, Mark. I feel like I've been seeing some things that have helped me get early front runs with strong hammer candles breaking their own highs. I also noticed some names that set up on a strong Mark 1 about three-quarters of the way to day highs in the morning, like Baidu today at 9:54, for example, tend to rip through day highs hard if you give them some room, but I don't know about this one. I might just be seeing things and need some more examples. All right, so what he's showing us here is he's giving us a random example, 1 to 45 seconds before this candle closes. As momentum picks up to the upside market as the momentum picks up to the upside, comma, market in right before the top of the hammer breaks and toss right away even if it goes 10 cents below the level you marketed in. Is this a good idea for early front runs? I notice this has been working well. In my opinion, yes. I can actually confirm that I've seen some validity to what you're saying here, especially on very strong names. And then what he's saying is 1 to 45 seconds before this closes right here, it ends up looking like this on the right side. So it looks like this on the left side before this last candle closes, and then it ends up looking like that. There's absolutely something that I have seen there as well. And appreciate you spelling it out and showing a visual example. And my answer is yes. I have noticed what you are saying, sir. Beautiful email. Hi, Mark. It's hard to undo what I already learned from other strategies. Anyways, I tried today in a real account and I was feeling my heart going 1,000 miles an hour. I did your trades, mark one and done, in and out quickly. Here are my trades today. So far, 1 month in your chat. Thanks for all your tips. And by the way, we started removing the tips and started forming them into real strategies. So next time you want a strategy with just the tip, we're going full force. We're just going all the way through to the finish line. Okay? We're not holding back anymore. All right, so here are your trades today. You traded some Tesla. Your heart was racing. You were a little nervous. You made $12.76, 12.77. You made $89.76. You took a loss here. Beautiful loss, $19.23 on a Tesla option trade. Another loss here of $18.23, and you made $36.77. Small, easy trades. You took 6 trades with 1 contract each, and you came out with $114.60. Girl, great job. Great job. Great job. Great job. Great job. Keep up the awesome work. What you'll realize is after a while, your heart is still going to race a little early on, but you're going to get a lot better at it. I promise. Okay? Mark, I'm a newbie, just like all my friends at video games. Very basic questions here. What does Mark 1 and Mark 5 refer to? It refers to some dude named Mark, I know, and the 1 refers to the minute on the time frame. Master video. How is the trigger set? Do you select the amount or is it from a preset list? It is from literally what's forming intraday on a 1 and 5 minute chart. Is it based on the close of the previous candle? Nope, it's only based on the high and low of the previous candle or candles. What does chart reset mean? There's a free video that T3 sent you regarding it, as well as the Mark 1 and Mark 5. What is a digestive candle? It's a video that is located right now inside your portal. What is the difference between the 4 charts we see on your screen? The difference between the 4 charts you see on my screen right now is the top left is generally a 1 minute chart. The top right is my 5 minute chart. The bottom left is either a 15 minute or hourly. I'll start it usually on the 15 minute and sometimes I'll change it to the hourly. And the bottom right over here is the actual daily chart. So that is what my charts are. If you cannot find the master video, which is our free education, which is how all these traders are succeeding without any expensive educational courses or any scammy princess flash your legs hot my favorite 3 men or my favorite 3 setups, you get all this for free. Okay, all right, you get it for free. I need you to watch it. I created these strategies unlike every other guru here on Wall Street who steals their strategies and then labels them differently as their own. I created these strategies, but really created them, and I give them to you for free. All right? Not because I'm the greatest guy in the world, not because it's an upsell to try to get you to buy something expensive from me, but because I want you to succeed. So if I spent decades of trading to get to where I am today, to create those strategies that work in today's environment, I need you to take the next step. Say, honey, I need to sit down and watch these videos a bunch of times. I need a solid 3, 4, 5 days of watching these videos so I get it. That's what's going to get you to the next level. And this goes for everyone. You want to half-ass this thing? You want to think that what I'm offering you is not valuable because it's free? Ask how many people in the room right now, how many people in the room right now the master video has changed your life? How many people here, the free master video has, I'm not saying you made money or lost money, changed your life for the better overall, whether it's money, whether it's personality, everything. Look at that. Well, you guys on YouTube and Facebook won't see it, but believe me, anybody who mentions the word Lambo gets muted for a month. You're already poisoning my poor Boof's mind. If Boof shows up at my house in like a Lamborghini, there will be hell to pay, you guys. There will be hell to pay. Okay. Um, yes, so it's life changing. The problem is most of these free webinars you watch are a huge upsell. That's all they are. You want a free workshop? Let's see what I'm going to sell you in the free workshop. I need you to get past that point that what's free is actually valuable and take advantage of it. Am I asking too much? I could charge you $5,000 a package, and I'll tell you right now, there will be so many Newsbeat Live members if I said, I created a bunch of new C strategies that works, guys. $5,000. Type 55 if you would pay $5,000 if I really created something like that. I'm not selling it to you for I'm not selling it to you for 5 grand. Yeah, some people who don't have the money wouldn't be able to afford it. But the people who did, they're like, holy shit. Signed me up twice, slapped me in the face, and called me Sally. But there are going to be so many people who just can't afford it. So what about them? Are they effed because they don't have the money? So I need you guys to wrap your head around what we're trying to do here. We're trying to save the struggling and failing traders in the industry. We're trying to save the people who wasted money on nonsensical information, on useless education, by people who have plastic smiles and P&Ls to flash you, but they don't flash you anything negative. They don't flash you the people, the 98% of the room who are struggling. They'll just flash you the people who do well, and they'll flash you that they're doing well. And, there's very few room for winners in these other rooms. You notice that? You notice that? 98%. I'll put it this way to you before I continue with the email here. And just real quick, watch the videos, email your info at T3 Live or whomever your trading counselor is. They'll give you these videos. They'll tell you how to access them if you still don't understand. But I'll tell you right now, in an industry where 98% of people fail, can you please explain how I pulled this up? Do you think I photoshopped this? Do you guys think I photoshopped this? Now, what does this mean? It means I'm barking up the right tree, but it means that there's a quarter of you who are still failing inside my service in which I need to continue to better myself and fight for you for. That's all it means. It's not that I do things perfectly. It's that I'm definitely doing a lot of things right, but I need to get better so you can get better. And that's what I'm going to deliver to you in 2021. Okay? It's all about, when it comes to financially, the lowest common denominator. Always. I get it. Not everything could be free. This is a business. But if somebody joins your trading service, it shouldn't be about let me nickel and dime you to get to the next level. It's let's bring this person really to the next level. And then when you offer something new, they'll be the first people in line. They'll be the first people in line. And that is my mentality. That is my mentality. Okay, let's move on to the next email. Small tips for newbies. Small tips? That's what she said. You guys are just really throwing like alley oops for me on this one. I just stop with all these stupid puns. You're killing me over here. No mentioning Lambos. I swear, you got my booth all. I have to now psychologically detox my booth. So yes, there are people who are having a hard time. I need to do more for those people. Understand? Mark, I'm a newbie. Very basic questions here. What does Mark want to? Oh, that's the old email. Um, this one is titled "Small Tips for Newbies." I could like do a LeBron spin in the air dunk with that one, but I'm just gonna read the email. All right. Hey Mark, just some advice for the newbies who are still unprofitable. In addition to the master video, watch the risk slide video and practice it over and over with small size. That video was a game changer for me. So he's saying right here, and that's a good point. Does anybody have the risk slide video? Risk slide Newsbeat show on YouTube. Let's see if I could find it. Yeah. So just very simply, if you go to risk slide on Newsbeat show. Was this the risk slide? How to psychologically control risk reward? You know, this one right here. So, oh, look how young and cute I was. March, done about about a year ago. All right. Um, so let's how do we copy this video? Uh, all right. I could win a PS5. Lovely. All right. So if you literally go, somebody in the room posted already how to psychologically thank you, Praveen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to respond and I'm going to put it on Twitter right now. And for those people struggling, I highly suggest you take this person's advice because he absolutely knows what he's talking about. Just keep in mind, a lot of this do these things I'm telling you is like free. Mark, can you really explain in depth how to do something? Ta-da! How much does that cost? Your time. Also, analyze your losses. If you're still holding on to losers or averaging down, remove those losers from your P&L and L and see how much you would have made without those mistakes. Track your trades and the strategies you do best, not what other members do best. Thank you. Figure that out and size accordingly to what works best for you. Just a few small tips for newbies or anyone else who is still struggling. Love you, brother. Love you too. Thank you for the beautiful email. I'm going to go ahead and just spam the room. This is so true. Kindly, kindly take his advice. These are people who are making money who want to help you. These are people who are making money who want to help you. Hello, Mark. Hello. I just re-upped my Newsbeat subscription for another year. I plan on being one of your new millionaires. I will do everything I can to help you on your journey. The front run video, and just so we're clear, I can't legally guarantee that any of you will be millionaires or billionaires or trillionaires or, vice versa. I just re-upped my Newsbeat subscription for another year. I plan on being one of your new millionaires. The front run video and the masterclass is worth the price of admission on its own. Amen. Amen. Do you realize how much money those two things have made me? Do you realize how much money those two things have made members in our room? It's stupid. It's an actual education that works for the masses, not scammy princesses education where, they explain 300 things to you and you have to sit there with a huge jigsaw puzzle and try to put it together yourself. All right? That's why other educational courses suck. That's why these so-called educators do not know how to educate. Because, you ready for this? You want to know what the power of an educator is? The power of an educator is to literally resonate information in a positive way among the people listening or learning. So if 98% of people are failing with your education, you effing suck as an educator. Maybe you can shoot a basketball well. Maybe you can drive a car well. Maybe you can pilot an airplane well. As an educator, you effing suck. Okay? Period. So please improve yourself by watching videos that I offer you for free. Please do so. Your teaching is sicking in. I think he meant it's sick education that's sticking in. I think he meant. On the one and done on the video yesterday, I picked it out of your list, hit the front one with the market order, and exited less than a minute later. My day was done in a matter of minutes. The pre-market, I had all your picks loaded into TC 2000 and the SSC entry and SSC, so the entry would be fast. Also, I have learned a lot from Booth along with a lot of laughs. Exactly. This was a great trade for me. Front run, market in, and market out was awesome. Also, not looking at the P&L during trading is huge for me. Thank you for all you do. You are the man. All the best. My brother from another mother. Okay. Appreciate that. Please take this person's advice. He knows what he's talking about. Mark, I am so thankful. I am so thankful you for how you care about us. One, on a Mark 1 front run, What happens if we get two digestive candles, but then a red bar that elevates in volume? Usually that's what we refer to here as sus. When things are a bit suspect, it's like, you know, think of it like this. You like something. You're talking to this girl on a dating service. She has a cute smile. You're talking. She sounds pretty interesting. You go out to dinner and, you're sitting there, you go to Red Lobster and, she orders food and you order food and you're smiling like there's no awkward silence. And you're sitting there and you're just talking, you're having a good time. And then she just, randomly says, you know, I like to run around and kick people in between the legs. And then you're like, where did that come from? Oh my God. Now she turns a little sus. It could still work out for you in the end, but you got to sort of tread carefully at that point. You got to tread carefully at that point because you don't know if, is she going to kick me in between the legs? Like, you don't know. Is she joking? Is that her way of finding humor and I just have to adjust to it? Like, that's what turns the whole situation suspect. So yes, so when you elevate in red volume, that's suspect. Do you then just need one good digestive candle after that to bring the probabilities back to the two digestive candle situation? You almost need a new strategy. So maybe at that point I'll wait for a know your limit, but once it's suspect, it's suspect. Even if you have a good date after that red lobster and you hang out with her again, she's normal, you still got to remember she does like running around kicking people in between the legs. Still a little suspect. You feel me? I hear what you're saying, but that's my answer. Let's say we get two digestive candles and then the Mark 1 triggers. The next candle pulls down to hit the ADMA. Would we consider that this as a no you eliminate with two digestive candles since this happened before the Mark 1? You don't need digestive candles for the no you eliminate. So, yes, digestive candles are more important for Mark strategies, Mark 1, Mark 5. Great question. Or would we need two additional candles after the break? You wouldn't. It's preferable because if you get two digestive candles after the break of the 1 minute, a lot of times you just have another Mark 1 again. So a lot of times the Mark 1 and know your limit 8 on the 1 are the same trade. Notice? But treat them differently. If a candle breaks the previous high but does not trigger, does it simply count as a digestive bar if it's on lower volume? Excellent question. This is an excellent question. Watch and learn, ladies and gentlemen. What he's basically asking here is if you have, something that doesn't trigger even though it prints higher, for example, like this, and then what happens is, you get one of, for example, you know, these doozies. Then what happens is you sort of put in a situation where it went a little higher, but, it ended up pulling down. But let's say this did not trigger. Let's say this bar did not trigger, and we define what a trigger is, by the way. Let's say even though it printed higher than this, it didn't trigger. He's asking, does this actually count as a digestive bar? Well, there's one part that you left out of your question, which I'm going to help you answer. You didn't actually mention if this volume elevated or not. So if the two green bars look like this and then you get something like this, it depends if this bar right here is above or below this bar. If you see the bar like this, the answer is no, you didn't digest. If the answer is like this, yes, it is a digestive candle. However, on the next bar, let's say this bar starts going back up right here, your trigger is still this bar, not the one that blipped higher. So your trigger actually remains the same. Do you guys get what I just said? If you haven't watched all the master videos in one, you're like, no, don't worry about it. Watch the master video before. This is getting a little complex. You guys get that? Excellent email. Mark, I'm a new member who joined at the start of 2021. I'm blown away by how much you put into the development of your members. In a short time, you've had an impact on my trading psychology. The C strategies make a ton of sense to me. I'm able to identify them. I'm able to identify them and enter appropriately. Enter appropriately. That's what. Never mind. While I've been making money consistently since joining the room, where I struggle is on the exit. I understand that any green exit is a good exit, but what are you looking for to confirm when to brick toss it? See, I'm just because he's new here, we're gonna forgive him. He's saying toss, but he's asking theoretically when do you brick toss it? The bid dropping, taking too long to follow through, size on the offer. What's your thought process on when to exit? This is a very good question because it's subjective. It depends on what's happening. What's going wrong is the question. You buy something, it triggers, you're up money. When do you brick toss it? It could be one answer is the simplest answer, whenever the F you want. Another answer is as long as the offer is still well above your trigger level. The next answer is, let's say you're going long something, for example. The next answer would be as long as the market isn't falling. If it's moving sideways a little or up a little, that's fine, as long as it's not going down as the trade is going on. The next answer would be how much room do you want to give the S? So, for example, if I bought Tesla through $500, I remember those days for numerical sakes. Let's say I bought Tesla through $500 and then the offer is 502 and then it drops to 501.50. Do you sell then? Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't care if you're a stubborn SOB when it drops there. Is the market still going up? Do you feel like giving it more of a chance? What if I sell at 501.50 and it goes to 503, 504? Okay. And are you going to lose sleep at night over that? As long as you're up money, stubbornness becomes more bearable. When you're down money, you have no excuses to be stubborn. You absorb that mentality and you will be able to cut your loss and you'll have a better risk reward system, a better risk model than every single trader on Wall Street. I'll repeat it again, and this is just my opinion. Do your own due diligence. If you follow my risk model, where you don't give things room, it's like you don't give things room. You just, that's it. If it's not working, if it's working, give it room or don't give it room. It doesn't matter. You will have a better risk model than every single person on Wall Street. You will destroy the fallacy, the lies of a 2-to-1, 3-to-1 risk reward model. Things that mathematically make sense, like the 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1, 5-to-1 risk reward in your favor, bat 50/50 risk model, which is the gold standard of Wall Street. Every trading service I speak, people speak to me about all the trading services. That's what every guru teaches. That's what every guru teaches. Or they're taking a dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen trades that they're just sitting on and managing, like almost like a portfolio manager. Look, it sounds real cool. You want to do that? Good effing luck. You want to know what none of those gurus can do? They can't ask their room how many of their traders are consistently profitable and get a number anything. I'd be shocked if anyone pulled a number over 15% for like a real size room. Let's just, you know, whatever, 100 plus, 200 plus, 300 plus, 500 plus people. You won't get 15% of the people saying they're able to make money consistently. So not the trick is you're losing money, zero start. This is my trick. I can't tell you what your trick is. You have to figure this out your own. But I'll tell you what I do. You're losing money? F you. Bye. See ya. Oh, that was a good loss. Peace. You like to run around and kick people where? Bye. Throw $40 on the table, throw it on the table, get up and walk right out of that Red Lobster. And then she's like, "But you drove me here." Then pull out another 10 out of your wallet and throw it on the table as well. And continue walking out. You walk right out. That's it. You acting sus? Hmm? So that is your answer. You're losing money, zero. That is your answer for what I do. I'm losing money, zero patience. I'm making money. All right, let's see where this goes. Now, there's a little bit more of a complex answer. A lot of times you'll buy a Mark 1 and there'll be a trigger on the daily. So let's say there's a trigger. I just want to give one more scenario here, which will help you guys. Let's say there's a trigger in a stock at $50. Like here's a trigger. And you're sitting there, and you're sitting there, and you're trading, and you're going ahead and you're trading, and the stock goes up, and then you're like, ah, ha ha, we have a couple digestive candles here, and you're like, oh, that looks beautiful because the volume here, is very unsus, which is probably something like that. And you're sitting there like, oh, that looks good, and then all of a sudden, this is your trigger here. This is the trigger in the stock for example, a Mark 5, or let's just call this a Mark 1 for argument's sake. And then you're like, okay, let's go up. But as you're going up, you see it going up a lot, and you're up a lot of money, and you're happy. But you realize right around the corner, right over here, there's another trigger. So maybe sometimes you just hold it a little longer just for this to hit and trigger, and then you sell. That is a scenario that happens often. A lot of times you'll hear me talk through that. Trades like that, they don't always happen like that, but sometimes you get those. And a lot of times that would be a reason for me to increase stubbornness. Does that make sense to you guys in the room? Oh, um, there's more to this email. What? No, no, this is the new email. Okay. Hey, Mark, newcomer here and joined from the open house. Love everything you guys are doing. I've only really I've been only I've only been really using the one and done, but slowly trying to learn and apply other strategies like the Mark 5 and Know Your Limit intraday. I do have a quick question that I was hoping you can answer. I remember you were talking about the Goldman Sachs option play earlier today where you called the $300 price target 3 weeks ago when it was trading in the mid 200s. First off, that is absolutely incredible that you called and saw that coming. Second, are stock analysis and future price targets something you do regularly in the room, or is this just a one-time thing? I do it rarely. I'm very famous for my Tesla calls being in before all the analysts and all the, people. When Tesla goes down, everybody shuts the F up. They're like, "Oh, it's going down," and then when it's going up, it's higher, higher, higher. You know how it works. So, so the what he's referring to here is right over here on December 20th. I did a video, December 20th, 2020. I did a video called Newsbeat Show 671 Bullish Bank Explosion. And what I did through the video is I talked about, where I thought Goldman Sachs might go and things like that, and, things along those lines throughout the video. Is it something that I do commonly? I mean, that's a matter of opinion. I don't do it as common. I do it when I see it. I don't really have like a schedule. I'm not like one of those bullshit artists who come to you with 2 dozen names at the beginning of the week and pretend like, here's what I like long and short, or here's what I'm buying, and then, oh, what are you buying? You got a name you're buying? Nope, I'm looking at these 30 names or 20 names. I don't do that. It's easy to look intelligent when you do that. And then of course I'll spread my legs. I'll show you my P&L, and L, and then I'll be like, "Oh, I get it. Okay, he has a good P&L. He knows what he's talking about." That's not what I do. I'd rather be right. I'd rather be wrong, but I'd rather have conviction. A person who comes and dumps 30 names on you that they're thinking of buying, even if they make no money, they have no conviction. If you're trying to, even if they make money, if you're trying to follow somebody that has zero conviction, you will be part of the 98% of traders who fail. who's having their lives destroyed. Hmm. Me? I think every day I fight every day to say, how do I save the traders who are failing in my service and get them to the next level by bettering myself so I can help them more? That's how I think. The way they think, keep the churning going because that's what makes the machine run. And if they dump 20 names and somebody remembers one name and didn't join the service and wow, that name worked, I would have made money, they'll come and join and then they'll get the next 20 names. They'll be like, oh my God, what is all this nonsense? So, yes, December 20th, I did a video. This is December 21st. So on December 20th was Goldman Sachs on the daily. When I did this video, Goldman Sachs looked like this on the daily chart. It closed on a red bar at $242.13. I talked about a $300 target on Goldman, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 trading days later, 3 weeks later, Goldman Sachs breaks $300 today, 303.98. Those calls, I think, moved at 303.98. They had to move what? 4,000%, 2,000, 2,500% after you broke 300. So that's what he's referring to. I'll be the first to admit. Now, let me take the next step. I didn't make a single penny on this trade. Mark had conviction. This. I didn't. It's not my thing. I'm running a room. I can't sit there, you know, tag team Mo, Larry, and Curly to take my spot while I sit there and do my own stuff. I'm not going to dilute the quality of this service by adding in manure for brains to tag team in while I sit there and trade by myself. All right? Just trying to explain to you the mentality. Now, yes, I do them. Are they often? Not as often as I would have a scalp trade or a simple overnight trade. So it wasn't a one-time thing. But although I love hearing about everyone's emails during Ask Mark, I would also love to listen to your insights on stocks in the market if you're planning on doing them more. You can always ask. You can always ask. On an Ask Mark, Mark, what are your insights like? What? Like you, yes, I talk about it all the time. Um, I get it that you just literally joined from the open house. I respect that. Welcome to our family. Thanks again. Thanks for all you do. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Yes, I do talk about things that I like. Have a good one, Lex, bro. I do talk about things that I like, but if I don't have conviction, let me just put it this way. If I don't really like something, if I don't have conviction, um, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to just spit it out for the sakes of being obligated once a day, once a week, once a month, once every 2 weeks to spit out, some nonsense at you and hope that it works. And, you throw enough manure at the wall, sometimes it sticks. That's not what I do. Next email. All right, this is an email. Cratering, and I don't know why, ready to give it up. Okay. Cratering, I don't know why, ready to give it up is the title of this email. Mark, you may share this as it may help someone else. I am attaching my trade journal. I've been a member since late May 2019, about 6, 7 months, and enjoy the room immensely. As I have stated before, I have limited time to trade in the morning, first hour only, then I must focus on my job. I do have a small cash account with limited buying power, so I cannot capitalize on many of the expensive trades. I have 300 trades since June, and it seems from my journal that the Mark 1 and Mark 5 are my best strategies overall. However, lately that is not the case. Is this what I do best, or is this just luck? I won't do the one and done because of the issues on Street Smart Edge. I'm using your layout. A lot of the platforms have been laggy recently, few months now at least on in the morning on Street Smart Edge. I seem to be doing well into October, and then I've been losing ever since with the biggest losses coming in December when everyone else is profiting big. I tried to trade most everything that is called out in the room during the first hour. I have learned to let go of a losing trade quickly, although it has only cemented itself in my psyche recently. It is a permanent part now. I have really no idea how to pick a decent stock to watch for the day. Where can I learn that? Should I just focus on one affordable name that moves and learn its behavior? I love this room and aspire to trade like the diamonds. I do see the potential, but I'm getting beaten down and my goal of trading for a living seems unattainable. When he attached his journal here. Hmm. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look through it a little later, but right now I really want to highlight this month and last month because that's the important part here. Okay, in my opinion. All right, we're gonna stretch it out. Don't even. Don't, 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 don't do it. Don't do it. There's no need to follow through on everything I say. We're gonna start with December. All right. All right. So you lost $235 in December. Let's see, you did four. Know your limit eights. See, the problem with this trade journal is it does show me what you potentially do well and not, but I think I already know the problem. I might be wrong. You're just literally showing me a beautiful breakdown of your hit rate using the C strategies. And hammer 2 minutes is obviously something else, but you didn't do any of those trades. And all right, are you front running? Are you front running? Are you front running? Can somebody link the front run video for me? Are oh oh you are here. Okay, beautiful, even better. All right, that's the right answer because you're being fair with me, but it's also the wrong answer because the right answer should be always, always is the right answer. Every single time I am front running is the right answer. You see that link? Here's what I want you to think of. And I'm sure that you have not watched my video because you're so involved with your job. Let me ask you a question. I'll prove it to you. Maybe I'm wrong, but let me ask right now since I have your attention in the room. Are your eyes when you're using my layout? Let's pull it up. So I always say I always focus on the people who are um, struggling the most. Okay, so let's pull up my layout. Let's see, 1 second. Just gotta do a new screen capture. Just one moment. I know the screen is black, and we're gonna go like this. All right. All right. So when you actually front run, I want to give you an example. Look at the screen. Look at the screen. When you're let's say you're looking at Tesla here, right? Let's say the trigger in Tesla is 800, and this is going to be a good lesson for people who want to learn how to front run. Let's say the trigger is $852.75. Is your mouse over here? Is your mouse over here on the buy to open button while your eyes are over here? Is that a fair assessment? Yes or no? At all times? Yes. Okay. If the trigger is 852.75, and again, I have to generalize because the market is closed. If the trigger is 852.75, and let's say the stock broke through 852 right now, you see 852.20, 852.30, 854, 852.40, 852.30. When are you actually front running it? Make it up. I know it depends on velocity. I know it depends on the speed. What is the offer showing right here when you're buying it? There is you effing up. I mean, hold on. Maybe yes, maybe no. Are you trading Tesla? Whoa! What do you mean 852.60 bid? I asked you if you're looking at the offer. You're talking about the bid? Bro, this is an easy fix. Hallelujah! I bestow upon thee, my friend, my dear Mark. I bestow upon thee information that will make you consistently profitable. Your eyes had to be on the right side the entire time. That is why you're front running. That is why you're losing money, in my humble opinion. And I did several videos on that, and I know for a fact you didn't watch them. I respect you. You have a life, you have a job. I get it. But I just asked you if your eyes were on the ask, and you're like, wait, no, they're on the bid. That, in my opinion, is the reason why you're ready. You're re- you, you're ready. 95% of people or more, in my experience, will fail front running because their eyes are on the bid and not the ask. Are you ready to change your life from here, Mark? How much is in your, if you don't mind, I won't repeat it. How much is in on the mic? How much is in your trading account? That much? The problem is when you trade Tesla, a lot of the Tesla calls are already $20, $30 a contract. And it makes it very hard to scalp that. I picked Tesla because we've been rocking it. That's one way of looking at it. The way Cliff is saying, you got one Tesla trade, use it wisely. That's, something to consider. Let me ask you something. You have no problem paying your bills with your primary job. Is that a correct statement? So you could just take this the way you need to take it. Is that a correct statement, sir? Okay. Okay. You have one Tesla trade. I can't legally tell you what to do. You're a lawyer, ironically. I can't legally tell you what to do, but I will tell you this. Okay? You ready? If I was in this position where I had $1,800, I really would be looking for one trade. It's going to be boring. I wish. Yeah, I'm not going to go that direction. I see what you're saying, broker. Yeah, I get it. Nah. I respect what you're saying, but nah. I would I wish you had $10,000 in this account. I wish you did, and I can't tell you to put in more money, nor would I. If you are planning on taking, and I'm sure part of you is thinking, no, there's no way I could do it because of either the wife or yes, I can do it, but what's the point if I'm losing money? And that is one of those things are going through your mind right now. I'm not sure which one it is, or both, obviously. This has been holding you back the entire time, where your eyes are, because you obviously missed a previous video. And if you didn't reach out to me with this email, I would have not been able to help you. What are your thoughts on what I said? It's your decision. I'm not telling you what to do. What do you think? Yes, you watch the bid for the trigger, but you don't watch the bid for the front run, Alex. You learned a lesson too. That could be the reason why you're failing. You know how, do you realize how important this email that you just sent me, sir, was? This might be one of the most important emails that I've read in a month. Do you even understand how important this is? Now, I can't tell you to do anything. Me personally, what I feel like doing is throwing a couple $1,000s your way, letting you build up, and then at your own discretion, when, if and when you get there, throw it to charity. That's what's going through my head, just so we're clear. Because you've been doing it wrong all along. You have to focus on the ask, not the bid, every time. The trigger requires the bid to be at a certain level, followed by a print on the ask. But that's not what the front run video shows you how to do. The front run video, in the front run video, I'm not going to watch it. Does it literally say look at the ask in that video? Can anyone confirm or unconfirm that? It does. Then you haven't watched the front run video, or you must have missed that part. And I'm not talking just to you, sir. Everyone. There you go. That's the problem. But if you didn't reach out with your issue and I didn't take the time to address people's issues, there would be no way I'd be able to pull you up if you were watching the bid the whole time, no matter how good or bad. No way. You were done. You were right. You were right. You were collapsing in. You were right. That was over. You were done. You say cratering and I don't know why, ready to give it up. That's the title of your email. You were finished. Over. Finished. Question. How many people were doing it wrong? Type in 55 if you were doing it wrong all along and you just learned the right way right now. Type in 55. You ready, Mark? You saved Jerry's life. You saved Patterson's life. You saved B's life. You saved MK's life. You saved Tim's life. You saved Sea Dog's life. You're a hero, sir. You are a hero. And I know it's funny to call you a hero. I agree, haha, but you're a hero, sir. Thank you. Because if you did not write this email, there is no way I would have been able to eventually try to figure out why so many people are struggling. You literally saved families, individuals and families' lives with what you just did. And I know it sounds like, Mark, you're over exaggerating. No, I am effing not over exaggerating. I've been doing this job for 14 years. I've been trading for 20, oh God, I'm going on 22 years. There is no effing way that I exaggerated one word that I just said. You just saved lives. Thank you. Okay. That was maybe the most important email I've read in a long time. How ironic. So, there are more more emails that I have to go through. See if I could just whip out some real quick. Stop with that's what he said. I know what you guys are thinking. Now everything is so it's what he said and she said, and you know what? This is what I say. That email could have been life changing. That's what I said. And it's that little simple change. Just watch the ask every time. Here, I'll repeat it again. So if the trigger, just to be clear, if the trigger is 550, hold on. All right, so let's, all right, so if the trigger, again, on any stock I use Tesla because we've been trading a lot of Tesla lately. If the trigger is 500, and I know Tesla's trading higher, the trigger is $555.75. You have to try to buy it as the offer is if you plan on executing the way I do a front run strategy, you do whatever. I can't tell you what to do, but if you're planning on executing it the way that I do it, you have to buy it with the offer, the right side of the screen, the ask trading below $555.75. If you see the ask at or above that level, you messed up. Do you understand? You screwed up the trade. And if you click buy and you already see the offer higher, you're in a shitty trade. You might need to dump it immediately. Okay. Thank you again for that email. My brother, blessings to you and your family. Best day ever working on reducing the debt of my children, which will help them get a new family vehicle they need. A handful of charities have a bit more because of you. Thank you for caring and all you do. The best of all good. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. Hi, Mark. Regardless of the difficulties that trading platforms present, I would like to share for newer members some pointers that I hope will help them when they decide to join the room. My goal coming in, step number 0. My goal coming in is to trade for as little minutes as possible while making dollars. For next step, step 2, step number 1. 4 seconds and the Newsbeat name is not going my direction, and he pretty much, and I'm assuming here, throws it out. Next, number the change of the minute to a new minute in every 30 seconds. Keep a clock. All right, so just look at the change of the price every 30 seconds. Only do trades trying to front run proper setups and size down as the day goes. One and done full size, mark 1 full, mark 2 full. That's a version of the mark 1 but with 2-minute intervals. So there are a lot of people been using 2-minute charts and they call it the mark 2. Maybe something I got to look at. Mark 5, half to a quarter. So he basically tiers down. He has his tier size for different strategies. Railroad tracks, nice uptrending stocks that chart resets. Quarter to 1/10. My trading is more like speed dating. Make money and move on to another setup or name. It feels like every girl that I've ever dated. Come on, all right, let's make money and move on to another setup. My goal is to stop as early as possible, as this will enable me to trade for more years. If possible, make sure to be done by 11 if you can, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard, if not 10:30 a.m. While the dopamine rush is good, perhaps long term for me is best to take small doses each day. Look for uptrending names with high volumes and relatively tight spreads for option trades. Be mindful of what stocks you're trading or the market are telling you. Some days a stock will tell you, I will chop you, so don't trade me. One day you will find that SSE will give you more price improvement than the total amount of profits that you made that day. Thank you, Mark, for the care that you have shown to me and my family as a client and friend. My family knows who you are. Even my dog Chili responds to your name when I say it. My testimony is that living in a third world country, I have to front run the front run, so to speak, because I lag 1 to 2 seconds at least when you say something due to the horrible lag I get. I think you're in, obviously, um, you know, he is in Colombia right now in South America. So it's trading in Colombia, South America is not the United States. My job alternatives here are inexistent, non existent. I would not be able to take care of my family financially without your help. Thank you so much for sharing it. Really a beautiful, touching email. And I'm going to go ahead and spam the chat and share his email with you. Muchos gracias, primo. Okay. All right. So right now it's past the point. I still have more emails, and I know I'm running an open house, and I will get to these emails tomorrow, in which the order in which they have been received. So I do hope from the bottom of my heart that you guys learned something important today. We're going to go ahead and approach the market in a positive way tomorrow. Happy trading, make money. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast.